Hello people, just trying to explain how I've made these modifications on this B-model truck. This is the original top to the cab. All I've done to it is put together this panel here, which you can see is easily done. One flat panel, two bars either side of it. They're off the rescue truck, as you can see. One across the bottom to brace it, two bars on the back edge of it, and it will fit in to this position and this position. Now the existing air horns just slide off. You can take these off if you want to. I've just left them on. I've just folded them down out of the way. It's not a problem. Push the air horns in onto the new roof. Now if you look, they're loose, but once they're pushed into position they actually tighten up a bit because they're into the hole. As you can see, and they become straight along the edge of the roof. That leaves them protruding just a little bit off the bottom, so that then when you put the roof on the top it sits quite snugly and tight onto the top of it, but you can take it off to show the engine inside, which is what I was aiming for, was to actually make it so that I could access the view of the engine inside it, so we could see that working. So that's just a quick mod on the roof. I might change it. I could change this bit here so that it clipped in onto the front panel. I don't know yet. We'll see. But that was just my quick mod on the roof that I created last night while I was waiting for the video to upload. But I mean, as you can see, it's pretty stable. It's pretty solid. Just finishes off the truck cab. Makes it look rather snazzy in my eyes. There's also room for a couple more lights or whatever on it. Now, as to the truck bed at the back, let's have a look at this just so you can see. 4 of the black panels from the flatbed rescue truck, 2 bars that are the same length as the black panels were added extra. Also added extra one of these 5s that go across. Now on these parts here where they join, I've replaced them with the blue connectors that are 3 long instead of black connectors that connect them, so that they actually extend through here. What I will do is take the bed off just to actually show you how I've fitted it on to the existing frame, so you get an idea. Right, now what I've added to the existing frame, I'll just take that out of there. Is this frame here stays exactly the same as original, no problem at all. I've added one of these which is plugged in here. Now the original was up here, this part was in this position. This linear actuator came up and it had 2 pieces on the end of it which clipped onto here, which meant the linear actuator was actually stuck up above the framework for the flatbed. So what I have actually done is move this connector back here to give me a position to clip into the flatbed at the back onto these 2 parts, so it holds together. There you are, you can see the blue connectors are put in underneath it, so it gives you an idea of how I've put that together. And blue connectors across the middle as well. Doesn't need many. It's all pretty much standard as it was originally. I've just filled in the gaps in between it, taking out the bars at either end, as you can see. But anyway, back to the flatbed. Now the way I've had to connect this, I've had to move it back because the original one connected here in this position. Now what I've actually had to do is move it back one because it was in this position and up one to lower it down correctly. So now it is back one, as you can see. Now the way it is held in here is that's with an axle which is 5 long, and I've altered this here because originally I believe it used 2 of these pieces in here, which got interfered with where I was putting the axle through. So I've put in 2 5s and connected them, as you can see, here with a black pin, and through this line with a blue pin. You can see the blue on the end there. So there's a blue pin going through here, which goes through the 3. So put a black pin in, blue pin in, put the 5 on, and then it leaves 3 places here for connecting. 1 for a blue pin, and 1 for a black pin, the next one along, which leaves this open. Now that is open for a reason, and that is because I had to get the axle through the middle here. So once I put it together, I moved the actuator up and put it into place, and slid the axle through the side and pushed it in with another one so that it went into position between here and held in place. These are the black 2 pieces, held in place by 2 black pins, 1 in here and 1 in here, and like I say, the axle goes through the middle here, so it allows this to pivot on the bed, lowering the actual actuator down enough to get the bed on the top of it. At this end of the frame, all I've done is taken the existing axle that they had right on the end and moved it back 1 position. The reason I've done that is to allow me to position these on the side to allow the flatbed to actually connect to it. It's a simple modification. It would be quite easy for anybody to do, I would have thought. You can see it works absolutely perfectly, no problem at all. And it allows the flatbed to clip on the top of it. So there's no issues there at all with that, it works fine. Right, like I say, you just clip the bed on the top of it. Oh, I've also added these 2 pieces on. That's just to give it probably doesn't need them, but it gives me an extra clip in on the sides here and here, just to help with it. I hope that helps. I haven't raised the sides up at all on the flatbed. It's the existing flatbed just with the panels put in the bottom. So it's simple enough for many people to do, I would have thought. Okay?